I am back with another tier list video featuring Cryo characters. So let's not waste any more time and find out who they are. Let's start with our number 5, Shenhe, the eternal prisoner of the Fortress of Meropide. Shenhe's kit is pretty straightforward. She buffs elemental skill damage, elemental burst damage, normal, charge, and plunge attack damage, as well as cryo damage. You're going to say, holy shit, that sounds amazing. Why is she number 5 on a 5 character tier list? Well, it's because she is only good with other Cryo characters, one exception being Chaska, and Cryo characters at the moment are not in a good spot, since freeze reaction cannot be used against bosses, and reliably off-field pyro-applying characters like Xiangling or Mavika are better off dealing damage rather than being a support for Cryo DPS characters. With all that being said, Shenhe is still worth pulling for, especially since she only comes out of the prison once every other year when you think about it. Moving on to our number 4, Wriothesley, the boss of the Fortress of Meropide. Now, of course the Warden would have a better ranking than the prisoner, but while Wriothesley is strong, he's got a bit of a handicap. His playstyle revolves around his unique charge attack mechanics, where he pummels enemies with enhanced melee attacks. He has great cryo application, solid self-sustain, and can dish out impressive damage. So, why is he only number 4? Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, his Constellation 1. Wriothesley at C0 is good, but not amazing. He has an annoying mechanic where he loses his enhanced attacks if his HP isn't high enough, meaning you have to be extra careful managing his health. His C1, however, removes this restriction, letting him play much more smoothly and significantly boosting his DPS. Basically, Wriothesley is like a VIP lounge in the Fortress of Meropide. Nice, but you need to pay extra to get the full experience. He's a fantastic cryo DPS, but his reliance on C1 keeps him from climbing higher on this tier list. Coming in at number 3, we have the Coco God herself, Ganyu. Now, Ganyu has been around for a while, but don't let that fool you. She's still an absolute powerhouse. Her charge attack is one of the hardest hitting in the game, and she works in both freeze and melt/burning teams. If you want to perma-freeze enemies into an eternal popsicle, Ganyu's got you covered. If you want massive melt damage, she can do that too. But wait, there's more. She can also play as a sub-DPS. Her elemental burst creates a cryostorm that rains down icicles, making her a solid option even if she's not on field all the time. So, why is she only number 3? Well, she is not the easiest character to play. You have to charge her attacks, meaning you're stuck standing still for a second or so, meaning you should try and pair her with a shielder. She also doesn't have as much mobility due to using her charge attacks. Still, if you like sniping enemies from across the map and freezing them in place before they can even reach you, Ganyu is one of the best cryo characters you can get. Moving on to number 2. Ayaka solidifies her place as the Freeze Queen. Her cryo abilities are designed to freeze targets solid, ensuring they don't get the chance to fight back. Her old team, Kazuha, Shenhe, Kokomi, has always been a solid freeze foundation. Kazuha buffs reactions, Shenhe boosts practically everything as mentioned before, and Kokomi provides healing and hydro for freeze. But with the addition of new characters like Shilonen and Furina, Ayaka's damage potential got even higher, especially against bosses. Whether you prefer the old reliable freeze team, which is still great against grouping enemies, or the new team that is amazing against bosses. Ayaka is still one of the best DPS characters in the game, and that's why she earns her place at number 2. And finally, at number 1, we have Citlali. Unlike most other cryo units, Citlali has no business with other cryo units. She is all about buffing Pyro and Hydro. Sounds weird, right? But that's exactly what makes her so broken. She empowers some of the strongest DPS characters in the game, like Mavika and Neuvillette. making their already insane damage numbers even higher. With Mavica, Citlali boosts pyro damage, letting her unleash even more devastating pyro waves. And for Neuralette, her buffs supercharge his Hydro Lasers, turning him into an unstoppable force. The fact that she enables two of the strongest units makes her one of the most unique and valuable sports in the game. That's why Citlali takes number 1 spot. She doesn't just buff a single element or a reaction, she makes the strongest get even stronger, cementing herself as the best Cryo character in Genshin Impact. And these characters are the top 5 Cryo characters in my opinion. Leave a like if you liked the video and check out my other tier list videos. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.